Jai Hind, I'm Vedanand Singh and you are most welcome on my YouTube channel. Today in this video I am going to discuss the complete question answer of the chapter Respiration in Organism, and this video is for class 7 science. So first we'll complete the MCQs. In the MCQs, the first question is, which of the following best describes aerobic respiration? Among these four options, the B is a correct option. The respiration in the presence of oxygen. Now the next question is, in human, which parts of the respiratory system is responsible for gas exchange? The answer of the question is alveoli, means C is a correct option for the question. Now the next question is, what role do gills play in the respiration of fish? The answer of the question is extracting oxygen from water. So A is a correct option for the question. Now the next question is, which of the following organism uses stomata for respiration? The option is human, amoeba, plants, fish. The correct answer is plant. Now the next question is, which type of respiration is less efficient and produces less energy? The option is aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration, photosynthesis and external respiration. Among these four options, the aerobic respiration is a correct option. So B is a correct option for the question. Now the second part of the question is, that is fill in the blanks. In the fill in the blanks, I have highlighted the blank space what we have to write there. So the first is, the process of obtaining energy from a food in the presence of oxygen is called, it is called as a aerobic respiration. So aerobic, you have to fill up in the aerobic in the blanks. Now the next question is, in human, gas exchange occurs in tiny air sacs called alveoli. So you have to fill up the alveoli in the blank space. Now the next question is, fish uses dash to extract oxygen from water. Means you have to fill up the gills. Now the next question is, plant have tiny opening called dash on their leaves for gas exchange. That is stomata. Means you have to fill up the stomata here. Now the next question is, what type of respiration that takes place without oxygen? That is called anaerobic respiration. And in aerobic respiration, it takes place without the oxygen. Now the next part of the question is true false question. There are 5 questions are there and I have written the answer. The first question is, aerobic respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen. Yes, this is the correct. The next is, earthworm use their lungs for respiration. No, this is a false. Now the next is, stomata is responsible for exchange of gas in plant. Yes, this is true. But the next question is, anaerobic respiration produces more energy than aerobic respiration. No, that is false. The alveoli in humans are involved in the gas exchange. Yes, this is true. Now the next question is, there are some different terms are there. We have to define those terms. The first is aerobic respiration. The process of breaking down of food using oxygen to release energy is known as aerobic respiration. Now next is anaerobic respiration. The process of getting energy from the food without using oxygen, that is called anaerobic respiration. Now the next is alveoli. The tiny air sacs in the lungs where oxygen and carbon dioxide are exhaled, that is called alveoli. Next is stomata. The small pores on the surface of leaves that helps in exchange gases in plant. The next is gill. The breathing organs in a fish that helps them take oxygen from water, that is gills. Now the next part of the question is, that is match the column. So here I have mentioned the answer here. See the aerobic respiration, the C, oxygen needed for the energy. Now gills, that is the fish uses it for respiration, means that is D is a correct option. Earthworm, that is the most skin breathing. Now the next is stomata. It is helps in exchange of gas in plant. Now the next is alveoli, means human gas exchange site. Now the next part of the question is, give the reason for the following statement. Means some statements are here and we have to give the reason. The first statement is here, aerobic respiration is more efficient than anaerobic respiration. The reason is, it produces more energy, that is ATP, than anaerobic respiration. Next sentence is, the fish use gills to breathe underwater. the reason is gills takes oxygen from water and release carbon dioxide. The next statement is stomata are important for gas exchange in plant. The answer of the question is they allow gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide to move in and out of leaves. Now the next statement is alveoli are well suited for gas exchanges in human. The answer is they have thin walls and large surface area to exchange gases easily. The next statement is earthworms needed to keep their skin modes for respiration. The answer is oxygen passes through their moist skin into the blood. Now the next is we have to give the answer in brief. Means we have written the brief answer. So you should click. The first question is what is anaerobic respiration? It is a process of breathing down food using oxygen to get energy. That is aerobic respiration. Now the next question is how do fish extract oxygen from water? The answer of the question is water enters the mouth, passes over the gills and oxygen is taken in from the waters. Means gills help in extracting the oxygen from the water. Now the next question is explain the role of stomata in plant respiration. The answer of the question is stomata helps in exchange of gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide in plant. Now the next question is why anaerobic respiration less efficient than aerobic respiration? The answer of the question is it gives less energy because food is not the completely broken down. Now the next 5 number question is how does breathing helps in respiration in human? The answer of the question is breathing brings oxygen into the lungs and removes carbon dioxide. Now the next part of the question is answer in details. See, answer in detail. I have written in point wise, so you should look. The first question is explains the process of aerobic and anaerobic respiration. First, look at the aerobic respiration. It uses oxygen to break down food and release oxygen. In anaerobic respiration, it happens without oxygen, so produces less energy and may form lactic acid or alcohol. Now, the second question of the long type is question is describe the structure and function of the human respiratory system. The answer of the question is it nose and trachea, bronchi, lungs and alveoli, and the air enters through the nose and passes through the trachea and bronchi to the lungs. And the next is here, next point is alveoli in human alveoli in human exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide with the blood. The next question is, 3rd number question is, how do stomata facilitate gas exchange in plant? The answer is, first point is, stomata are the small pores mostly on the underside of leaves and they opens and close to allow oxygen and carbon dioxide to move in and out. The next point is, it also helps in releasing water vapor, that is transpiration. Now the question number 4, long question number 4 is discuss the respiratory adaptation in fish, earthworm and frog. So we have discussed each one by one. First for fish. Fish uses gills to breathe underwater and the earthworm breathes through the moist skin and the frog it can breathe through the skin, lungs and lining of the mouth. So these are the 3 for lungs. We can get the skin, lungs and mouth too. Now last question of the long type is explain how gas exchange occurs in alveoli of humans. The answer of the question is first point alveoli are tiny air sacs in lungs which thin wall. Second point is oxygen moves from alveoli into the blood. Third point is carbon dioxide moves from blood into the alveoli to breathe them out. With this if you have any confusion or any doubt you can write down in the comment section, so I would give the answer as soon as possible. With this Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.